What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Paul Skenes was finally given a lead, and he was nasty. So let's see if he can get his first W in a few months. Lawrence Butler is doing his best Denzel Clark impression out there in center field. Will Smith is having himself a generational catching season for the Dodgers that not a lot of people are talking about. He might hit 330 with 25 home runs. Ronald and Ohtani are back to being once in a lifetime franchise type player after having multiple surgeries. We definitely have to recap just how far modern medicine has come over the last, 5-6 years, maybe a decade. And the Yankees, man, the defense has been god-awful over the last month, maybe a month and a half. And Yankees fans, honestly, I feel like they're about to riot and take the field themselves and try and field some ground balls on their own. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. I recap every baseball game almost every single day. So grow the game of baseball with me. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. And if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, save yourself 20 bucks off on SeatGeek using code Fuzzy. And if you like free stuff, if you download Underdog Fantasy today, they're going to give you a free mystery MLB pick. And all you have to do is choose higher or lower to build a pick'em entry. It's that easy. Try it out today with code Fuzzy. We have two small little updates before we talk about the games from yesterday. David Robertson has officially signed with a team. He did not sign over the offseason because he wanted to wait around and see which playoff team reached out to him first. He had an insane 12.5 strikeouts per nine last year, but again, he's 40 years old. How much gas is left in the tank? It's crazy saying that 40-year-old David Robertson is 5 years younger than this next guy. Rich Hill has officially been promoted by the Royals. He ties an MLB record. He's playing for his 14th team. If you guys can tell me the other player, I'll be pretty impressed. Let me know in the comments. He had a 5+ ERA in the minor leagues, but he was striking out everyone, so I have no idea what to make of this, but hey, it's history. I wanted to bring it up. All right, let's talk about the games from yesterday. The Phillies had something happen for the first time in like 52 years, but we have to start with something even more rare. Paul Skenes might have actually won a ball game. Spencer Horwitz, he gave Paul a lead with an RBI dunker, and Brian Reynolds, gonna make me emotional, he gave Paul a 3-run lead, and the Pittsburgh staff did not allow a single run all afternoon. I'm talking about all 9 innings, including Paul. He was tossing darts all game. He lowered his ERA to an even tinier 1.91. He has a career ERA of 1.94. He is the only starting pitcher since, like 1900 to have 300+ strikeouts and a sub-2 ERA his first 44 starts. Tommy Pham, along with being pretty good in the box, he's now making plays in left field because he can see baseballs now. David Bednar has been untouchable since being recalled. He has a 1.6 ERA since being promoted back to the big leagues. He has 14 saves. He's probably going to get traded. Paul, he just got his first win since May 28th. The Tigers cannot find any momentum lately. Unlike the Guardians, who all of a sudden cannot lose. Don't look at the records of the team they've faced lately. Look at Ramon. He's having a monster season for the Orioles. He ripped a 2-run knock before J-Ram lifted off again. He has 20 home runs and 29 stolen bases, so that marks the 7th time already that he's gone 20-20 in his career. He is a future Hall of Famer, 100%. Ramon's having even more fun. Where was this when he was a Guardian? He was awful with us. He goes to the Braves, and he's found new life since the second half of last year. He had a 127 OPS plus with the Braves, now a 140 OPS plus for the Orioles. The Guard Dogs, they're biting back Silos. He had an RBI, and now we have some solo home runs to put the Guardians on top. Bo Naylor, he went 410 feet for his 10th, and Manzardo, he just was able to squeak one out. He's up to 16 on the season. He has a home run in 3 of his last 4 games. I mean, even Brian Rocchio is swinging a hammer lately. He's been prime Francisco Lindor since being brought back up. He's batting .310 with an almost 900 OPS. It's all because of the brand new hitting coach, Junior Betances. I wanted to shout him out. The Guardians are 8-2 their last 10. All right, let's see what the Phillies did for the first time in over 50 years. Jaron, I don't know how many more of these we're going to see from him in a Red Sox uniform. Rest in pickles to my editor. He's a big-time Jaron fan. I'm hoping that he stays. I like him in Boston, but the rumors are getting hot about him. Bryce Harper doubled again, not just like in general the last few. He has 2 already this game. He's the most locked in I've ever seen, which is saying a lot for a 2-time MVP. Nick Castellanos and JT Realmuto both had RBI singles after that. Those runs were for Zack Wheeler, who had 7 strikeouts and just 1 run through 5 innings. He ended up with 10 strikeouts, so he struck out the side in the 6th or 7th, but ended up giving up the game-tying RBI to Trevor Story, so it's a brand new ball game, but I do want to tip my cap to Wheeler. He has 164 strikeouts in 128 innings. Who's going to win the Cy Young, him or Paul Skenes? And here it is. For the first time in 52 years, we have a walk-off catcher's interference. Now, it was a check swing, so honestly, it could have gone either way if the umpire decided it was a check swing and that he wasn't intending to swing, because it's supposed to be reserved for hitters who have the intent to swing, and it really gets muddied when we're talking about check swings. That's a tough loss for sure if you're a Red Sox fan. Ronald and Shohei are showing just how far medical technology has come over the last decade. Ohtani's arm looks as lively as ever, and Ronald, he's running at pre-ACL tear speeds. We'll get to those guys in a second because the rookie Drake Baldwin is about to take over. Again, the rookie catcher, he went off for 6 RBIs. He cleared the bases with a double. I really think the Braves are going to move on from Sean Murphy because he's been raking lately. Maybe they move on from him this year and get some capital in return while they can. Nick Allen, he got really lucky. Matt Chapman rarely doesn't make that play to score on the Allen base hit. Drake, again, he's at 5 RBIs, so we have another one coming later, but we have to focus on Ronald. He scored from first base. He went first to home in 10-ish seconds. I don't know the exact decimals. He was almost running at a 30 feet per second speed, which is Bobby Witt Jr. level fast. It's so cool to see him balling out again in all aspects. The Braves offense stayed red hot as Ozzie knocked in Baldwin. Don't look at Profar taking cover after losing it in the lights. That is a free double for Willy Adames. Drake then got that back. It was kind of a miscue for miscue. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, that's a free RBI for Drake. 6 RBIs on the day. Adames had 4 base hits. He had his 15th home run. He scored again on a Matt Chapman double. Regardless, the Braves do take this one. They've been playing much better lately. Let's see if it sticks, because the Giants, nothing's sticking except for losing. They've lost 6 in a row. Random transition, I know, but when are we ever going to see this again? Maybe in the year 2031? The White Sox have scored 7+ in 4 consecutive games. Did they find MJ's secret stuff that he left in a locker when he played for the White Sox? Brooks Baldwin just banged out a 3-run long ball, and Luis Robert Jr. extended his hit streak to 8 games, which I know isn't a lot, but for Luis's sake, that is, might as well call it 150 games. His trade package is going up and up and up by the day. Miguel Vargas, again with the home run. He has 12 home runs and also 25 doubles. Yandy, he launched his 16th home run. I want to show that for Rays fans, but the Sox, they just made history. They're the first team ever to win the first 4 games after an All-Star break by 5+ runs in all of those games. This next game is how nearly every game of MLB The Show works for me if I'm playing on Hall of Fame or Legend. The Twins out-hit the Dodgers, that's me, but they lost by 3. Also me. Now, one of those 3 base hits was a leadoff home run to Byron Buxton. The Buck Truck has 23 home runs and 17 stolen bases. Ohtani had his own back. The starting pitcher went 441 feet for a 2-run big fly. He has a home run in 3 games in a row, so he ties Gino for the most home runs in the National League. Ohtani even settled down on the bump. He struck out 3 over 3 innings, only that 1 run to the Buck Truck. He's allowed 2 runs with 13 strikeouts his first 12 innings back. Will Smith cracked not just 1, but 2. I guess he wasn't content with 395 feet on the first one. He went 40 feet further, 435 feet on the second one. We talk a lot about Cal Raleigh, but 2025 Will Smith has been, I'm not going to say historically good, but he's on pace for 25 home runs with a 320+ batting average. That is rare for a catcher. Andy Pajes has 60 RBIs after going off for his 18th home run. This is not good, or maybe it's good. I hate saying that because it's an injury, but Dodgers fans have been sick and tired of Tanner Scott. I thought it was a hamstring issue. He had to come out with a potential UCL. That is the part that needs Tommy John. I'm praying that he does not need Tommy John. Carlos Correa, he was getting chanted cheater the whole game, and I thought that he tied it, but he missed it by inches. Yates gets the save. Dustin May, by the way, went 4 2/3 shutout after Ohtani, so he got the W. Real quick before we talk about Eugenio Suarez and maybe his 36th home run, I do want to talk about the fact that, again, Ronald, he's back to running at elite speeds, and Ohtani is throwing gas on the bump. Ohtani's already thrown 100+ multiple times. Usually, Ohtani and Ronald Acuña Jr., if they had the same career 20 years ago, their career might be over because, remember, Ronald and Ohtani both have had multiple major surgeries. Even look at a guy like Mike Soroka. He's come back and he's striking out everyone after tearing his Achilles twice. Tearing your Achilles once back in the day was basically a career ender. Ask Ryan Howard. The fact that he's done it twice and he's back, it just shows that players are perfectly okay with putting it all on the line in an effort to be as athletic and physically gifted as possible to get as many dollars as they can. That's why Tommy John is happening so frequent, in my opinion, because it's almost accepted that you're going to get it one day. You might as well get it out the way because medical technology is so good that you'll be back within 10 to 12 months and your arm is probably going to be even stronger. It's really come that far. Talk to any kid in high school or college. They're trying to, I'm not saying they're trying to tear their arms, but they're just trying to get it out the way, which again is a crazy sentence, but I guess it's a cool thing that medical technology is that advanced now. Let's see if Eugenio Suarez can hit his 36th home run and get back into sole possession of first place in the NL. First, we have a first career home run. Rookie Brice Matthews, with his helmet falling off, hit a 3-run home run for his first career tater. The former Snake Christian Walker, he doubled in a run off the tippy top of that wall. One of the longest non-home runs ever. I'm talking 427 feet, and it did not leave. Gino did it. He's back in front. That is home run number 36. He has, I can't even believe I'm about to say this, 20 home runs his last 36 games. I don't know what the math is over a full 162. You guys have to let me know. He is 1,000% going to get traded for a sizable haul. Gallen, he could also get moved. This is a fun moment. He has 1,000 career strikeouts, but he wasn't good. Brice Matthews, another home run. His first home run was followed up by his first career multi-home run game. The dude takes daddy hacks. So far, he's showcasing upper echelon exit velocities, bat speeds, and he was a huge stolen base threat when he was coming up in the system. Josh Hader now has 26 saves. The Astros, they're just always going to be good, it seems like. And now Houston is a full 5 games up in the West because the Mariners, they got put in timeout by the Brewers. We'll show the Yankees and Mets games right after this, I swear. But yeah, Kirby, he went 5 awesome innings and just kind of ran out of gas. Joey Ortiz, that was the first hit all day for the Brewers. It came in the 6th inning. He's on a 7-game hitting streak. He scored later on a sac fly. William, he gets the RBI. Yelly and Jackson Chorio, they also added a few RBIs. Same with the rookie Isaac Collins. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw his stats over the last month and a half. Over his last 29 games, he's batting .316 with a near .410 on base with 8 outs above average on defense. Brandon Woodruff, this is so cool for baseball, man. 5 strikeouts over 6 scoreless. He has a 1.6 ERA with 23 strikeouts his first 3 starts. Yelich, I mean, he's been crazy too. 19 home runs, 15 stolen bases after stealing third base. He scored on Jackson's second RBI knock. The Brew Crew just won their 11th in a row. They officially own the best record in baseball after the Tigers lost. The Jays can also win 11 in a row, just not consecutively. They'll be winners of 11 home games in a row if the Yankees can't find a way to win. Stanton, all right, we're kickstarting this game with another Stantonian blast. He has 434 of those in his career. I need to see this guy at 500. Bo, he made Rodon pay. Carlos had 5 walks. One of those was to George Springer. Vladdy singled after that walk. You just cannot afford to do that when you're facing MLB's best clutch hitter. Bo Bichette has 3 doubles with 4 RBIs his last 2. He's now hitting 400 with runners in scoring position. Davis Schneider, he broke out the contact swing button. He had a 12-pitch at bat, and then after getting out, Rodon kind of tipped his cap. Oswald, no, he's about to throw a baseball away, and George Springer, he's going to give the credit to Davis Schneider because he made defenders kind of wait around and get lazy. Volpe, he just spiked the pitch, so the Jays were handed another free run. Mind you, Kevin Gausman is shredding on the bump. He had 8 strikeouts across 7 dominant frames. You have to play almost perfect baseball to beat the Jays. Honestly, they've been that good over the last 2 months. Jeff Hoffman struck out the side for his 24th save. It is a new franchise record. The Jays have won 11 in a row at home. Over the last month, I got to tip my cap one more time to the Jays. Their offense is 4th in team OPS. The Angels are 2nd in team OPS over the last 30 days. They're taking on the Mets, who have been bottom 5 in team OPS, which is not a great recipe for this game because Logan O'Hoppe, he belted his 18th home run. And this Taylor Ward fella will not stop driving in runs. He had 3 more, 2 on this double to left field. Joe Adell even contributed. I mean, he's not trying to do too much. That's a 4 spot off of Kodai Senga, who has been amazing this year. Even with a 4 spot, he still has a sub 1.7 ERA. Brett Beatty, what a swing. The lefty 2-run home run that went 405 feet. He has a career best 11 home runs and counting. Taylor Ward now has a new career high in RBI, and it's mid-July. That is number 76 right there. He's on pace for almost 130. Lindor, he has to clutch up. I think this is, 3 games in a row when he's up with the bases loaded and his team losing. Thankfully, he did not ground into a double play, and now it's Soto's turn. He found a hole. 2 score for the tie, and you guys want to see some of the worst outfield defense ever? What was Chris Taylor doing? And right, seriously. So that is a free double to Francisco Alvarez instead of it being out 2. And this is now an RBI fielder's choice. Wait, no, O'Hoppe dropped it. It should have been the 3rd out, man. This is a rough way to end it if you're an Angels fan. A lot of Angels fans are not too happy with their interim manager. I think his name is Ray Montgomery. Nimmo, he drove in the 7th run. Edwin Diaz has 20 saves. The Mets have won 2 in a row. You guys are about to witness the shortest recap in recap history. The Padres went up by 2 in the 2nd thanks to RBIs from Jackson Merrill and Martin Maldonado. Kyle Stowers, he showed off the pop with his 22nd home run. And that was it. Like, actually, both starters barely went 5 innings. The bullpens held on. The Padres are 55-45. They're 10 games over 500 again. That was literally it in a nutshell. Probably the shortest game we've ever had. These next 2 games were the opposite. Both featured teams with double-digit runs. The Nationals went brazy off of Brady Singer, who almost has a 5 ERA now. Wood had an RBI double. Dalen Lyle went off for 3 RBIs. All of them came on this 3-bagger. The dude can really motor. Josh Bell, he's just notorious for this. He sucks, and then he turns it on in the second half. He has a 903 OPS his last 30 games, so he's doing it even sooner than he used to. The Nationals ran it up to 7 runs off of Singer on base hits from Adams and Young. There's no way the Reds come back, right? Just kidding. 4 consecutive RBI singles. Gavin Lux, Spencer Steer, Noelvi Marte, Jake Fraley. Skipping to the 5th, Noelvi drove in another. The only problem for Cincinnati and their fans, the Nationals kept answering. Ahmed, he doubled in Brady House. Jacob Young, he secured a multi-RBI game with another base hit. It's a 10 spot. The Reds are rallying again. Lux also had a multi-hit, multi-RBI game, and Ellie, he scored on a wild pitch. Finnegan is caving. This is madness. Noelvi, he's up as the tying run, and he dropped his PCI. Man, that was stressful for Nationals fans. They barely win 10-8. The Royals also scored double digits, but there was no back and forth in this game. Jack Caglione, being a massive human, helped him a ton on this swing. How did this ball leave? He's seeing it a lot better as of late. Carson Kelly and Matt Shaw, they both barreled up some baseballs to snatch the lead, but it didn't last long. Salvi, he's been on another planet. He is en fuego. 7 home runs his last 11 games. The Royals, they took back their lead in the 5th thanks to a double from India, a single from Bobby Wood Jr. I mean, he's just way too fast. You're never going to throw him out on that. India, he then scored on Bobby's stolen base, and now Bobby's scampering home on a wild pitch. Speed kills. John Rave and Salvi have been unstoppable the last, week and a half, 2 weeks. Well, Salvi's been unstoppable for a while. Rave has 4 extra base hits and 8 RBIs his last 5. Salvi now has 8 home runs his last 11. The Royals ran it up to 12. They've scored 7+ runs in 3 of their last 4, which is terrifying for the rest of baseball if their pitching can keep holding up. We got a bunch of first career stuff coming up, but first, the Law Dog is about to rob Kyle Higashioka. Look at the Law Dog, Lawrence Butler, doing his best Denzel Clark impression. That is probably going to win Play of the Week. Josh Young, I didn't even know that he was back in the big, so this is pretty cool. Cody Freeman, I forgot that he's also up in the big leagues. He found a gap for his first career base hit and RBI. He is the little brother of Tyler Freeman. These dudes have been highly touted their entire lives, and they look a lot alike. You guys know Tyler is my boy. It's cool to see them both in the big leagues. Michael Hellman, he golfed out his first career home run, a 3-run home run, and then first name Nick, last name Kurtz. I'm going to call this guy the Big Kurtz. He did it again, 19 home runs, but the A's do still lose. It's a lost season. Corey Seager had an RBI, and the Rangers, they're back to being over 500. They're 51-50. Wilson Contreras hit the power button to start this last game. Good Lord, I don't know why Austin Gomber even thinks about throwing anything inside the zone to Wilson. He has 13 home runs. Mason Wynn, he torched an RBI double, and he scores Nolan after Nolan doubled in his old ballpark. Wilson then turned in an RBI single. It counts the same as that solo home run, and the Cardinals turned in a few more of those. Pedro Pajes and Jordan Walker boosted their season stats, and Michael McGreevy, I can't remember how to say it. It's McGreevy, right? He had a crazy start because he went 7 innings with just 1 strikeout. He lived on the weak contact. The Cardinals are back to being 3.5 games back of a playoff spot, but again, it's via the wild card, which isn't the worst thing ever. At least it's a playoff spot. There we have it. Another recap in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek, Underdog Fantasy. Leave a like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and enjoy the web gem. See you tomorrow.
Nacho Alvarez, diving stop. Olsen on the other end. Right field, Tucker. And up tonight at Citizens Bank in Philly. Oh, nice play by Meyer.
Swinging a line drive into left center field, racing after it, Langford in the gap, slides, did he get it? Yes, he did!